With the newest Indiana Jones film coming out in theaters very soon, let's revisit all 4 of the Indiana Jones films, starting with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. In 1936, archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones is hired by the US government to find the Ark of the Covenant before the Nazis can obtain its powers. It wasn't until college that I actually sat down and watched Indiana Jones. I saw the 4th film before the first 3 films. I remember having the DVDs and the VHS for these films, but it wasn't until college that I was able to just sit down, really appreciate these movies. And I've always admired and jealous of the people that grew up watching these movies, because it'd be so fun to watch these movies as a kid, because Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones himself is very iconic for all the right reasons. And this is directed by Steven Spielberg, who I consider to be one of the best directors of all time. And this first film, with its sense of adventure, Harrison Ford leading Indiana Jones, this is one of the best movies I have ever seen and one of the coolest franchises out there. It's crazy to me still that Harrison Ford plays 2 of the most iconic movie characters of all time, Indiana Jones and Han Solo. But this first film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, started off the franchise in the most exciting way possible. We have a character that is so nicely written. We aren't idolizing this character. This isn't a character that is larger than life and you feel that he is almost like a superhero at times. He's very confident in what he does. He has knowledge of history and artifacts, but also he's very vulnerable and he has a fear of snakes. And several big action scenes, we see that he's up against something and he may not get out of it. The action is really able to put him in these situations that really test his abilities. And so the way that Indiana Jones is written, you make him a very grounded, realistic character. Someone that you can relate to and someone that you feel that confidence just pouring out onto the screen, but also his insecurities and his vulnerability as well shines throughout this movie as well, to make it one of the most likable movie characters of all time. And Harrison Ford gives a really good performance as Indiana Jones. You feel that confidence, you feel that knowledge, but when he's afraid of snakes, those moments really do shine and bring out the realism to this character. But the gruffness to this character, the emotional moments with him and Marion, the action scenes, Harrison Ford is truly terrific in here. And the whole supporting cast is great as well. Karen Allen as Marion Ravenwood. At times she plays like this damsel in distress, but she holds her own and she tests Indiana Jones as well. We have Paul Freeman in here as Belloc. He is looking for the Ark of the Covenant. I really like the character in here, like the complete opposite of Indiana Jones, where Indiana Jones wants these artifacts to put them in a museum to preserve them, whereas Belloc wants to have them to have power. And so we have 2 completely different characters looking for the same artifact. And giving a really creepy performance is Ronald Lacey as Major Tot. Just the presence of this character and his smile, everything about him is really sinister. So we have some really good villains in here. Now this film is filled with suspense as Indiana Jones and the Nazis are looking for the Ark of the Covenant. It's a globe-trotting adventure that has a lot of great pacing in between scenes, as we have different locations that are showcasing the production design and the sound quality and the action as well. The development within certain locations and utilizing a lot of different locations and scenery, we have a great pace in between scenes. Each scene is building off of that previous scene very well, and we jump back and we jump around so many times to these different locations, but they utilize fun action scenes if it's in Cairo or if it's at Marion's bar. There's a lot of great iconic scenes in just a few moments here and there. And it opens up very nicely. We have that fun sense of adventure with Alfred Molina in the beginning of the film, the iconic boulder sequence. You get the sense, the tone immediately that it's going to be action-packed and full of adventure. Just within those first few moments of the movie, we establish the character, his ways, and the overall tone of the movie. The opening for this movie is probably one of the best scenes of the Indiana Jones franchise. It is so cool. Now, what makes Raiders of the Lost Ark so enjoyable and entertaining to watch is the action and stunts in here. The use of practical effects rather than special effects throughout the movie. It feels grounded, it feels real. You feel that these characters are put into these dire situations throughout, and you are able to be fully invested in the action scenes. If it's Indiana Jones fighting against the Nazis underneath a plane, or the boulder sequence, or the scene in Cairo, every single scene, you feel the quality behind it, and the dedication and the practical effects makes those scenes feel very realistic and grounded, whereas some other action movies, and even Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, there's an over-reliance on those special effects that just don't make it feel real, and you are taken out of a lot of those scenes. That's not the case with Raiders of the Lost Ark. The action is top-notch, the stunt work and the explosives, everything about the action in this movie is thrilling, and you're on the edge of your seat. You are so enthralled by everything that is happening. And Steven Spielberg is a masterful director, and his direction in this movie is really able to capture that sense of adventure, but also the action and the stunt work, and really able to be put into these scenes and watch Indiana Jones fight off against the Nazis. The sound, you can't talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark without talking about the sound. It is still to this day mind-blowing that John Williams does what he does. And in this case with Indiana Jones, it's a movie that, you know, I didn't see until I was like 20 years old, but I knew the score for Indiana Jones. It's that iconic. And to this day, even after watching it many times, I can still hum this score while doing the dishes or errands throughout the day. But the way that he's able to implement the score into the movie and utilize that to elevate the action scenes or have some more tender moments between Marion and Indiana Jones, those moments are truly epic. The score is iconic for all the right reasons. It's very catchy, but is also able to further the story and the action as well. Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the best movies I have ever seen. I really wish I was exposed to this movie as a child. I would have more fond memories, like probably a lot of you do. But when I did watch it, I was at the right age to really appreciate a lot more than just Indiana Jones himself. The character, the production design, everything about it, I was really able to be fully invested in it all. When I saw it as a young adult till now, I understand how great this movie is and iconic it is for all the right reasons. Raiders of the Lost Ark started off this franchise so well. Harrison Ford is absolutely perfect in here. The action's great, the score, the production, the story itself, it's very thrilling. It's got a great pace to it. This is one of the best films I have ever seen, and I'm really excited to talk about Temple of Doom and Last Crusade and even Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I am looking forward to Dial of Destiny. Even if it doesn't have the best reviews, I'm still excited to see this character on the big screen. So before I give you my score for Raiders of the Lost Ark, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Raiders of the Lost Ark an A+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more Indiana Jones reviews just like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.